All right, well, the 49ers put together a stunning opening drive to start the second half. Big pickup from Jake Tongas, getting them down into the red zone. I'm delighted to say that joining us now on the NFL show on talkSPORT is the former 49ers wide receiver, Marquise Goodwin. Marquise, brother, you seem to be having the most fun of anyone in London, and that is saying something.
Man, absolutely, man. I am honored to be here in London, honored to be here in your presence. Big Red, you know. We on set, man. We having fun. This is the 49er way.
Look, we saw you at the stadium today. You were having such a great time there. Seeing you here with the fans interacting, like, what have you made of this experience of seeing what the fan base is like here in the nation's capital?
Man, you know, I had no idea that the representation was so big. When I went to the stadium today, I thought it was a 49ers game because I saw so many red jerseys walking around, and I'm like, dang, I had to remind myself that they weren't playing today, but to see us being represented so well over here, I kind of think I want to move to London, honestly.
Have you been before? Is this a first trip?
I actually competed here in the 2012 Olympic Games, and I competed in a Diamond League meet in 2016, and so I've been here 2 other times. This is my 3rd time here, and they say 3 times a charm.
It's a wild career to have been here for the Olympics in 2012. 49ers first down. To have been here for the Olympics in 2012 and then go on and have the NFL career you've had is pretty sensational. We were talking about this earlier. There was 6 seconds left on the clock at the end of the half, and you were the one saying, they can run like 2 plays here. Only if they've got a guy like you out there running as a speedster.
I wish I was out there still running some plays, man. But, you know, it's a credit to these guys. I want them to get some more plays in on this drive. And just get this dub tonight.
Look, you were there for the early days of the Shanahan era, right?
Yes.
You were there through those first 2 seasons when Jimmy first comes in and then gets injured the following year.
Yep.
And then, of course, the Super Bowl run itself. As an organization, like when you think back to, that's now 8 years ago, 7 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. When you see what Carl's been able to put together, when you see this organization has competed at the top end for almost a decade now, are you surprised by that? Does that come naturally based on what you saw from those guys?
It comes naturally, man. I'm not surprised by anything that Kyle Shanahan puts together. He's been to 3 Super Bowls on 2 different teams. This guy knows how to win. He's got a recipe. And as long as you believe as a player and you get behind him and you do your job, he'll take you far. I believe so much in Kyle Shanahan and his ability to direct the team towards greatness, and all they have to do is just get on board.
The game plan he put together for that Rams game on Thursday night last week, the way he picked that Rams defense apart, considering it was Mac Jones, with no Brandon Ayuk, with no Juwan Jennings, with no Ricky Pearsall, with no George Kittle. Like, everyone talked about how this team couldn't do it without the so-called Avengers, and yet the way he schemes a game, I just think is as good as anyone in the NFL.
No, not as good as anyone. I think it's the best in the NFL. All those people that you named, all pro people. They're essential pieces to a team. If you can win without your key guys, that says something about your culture and your coaching. And the fact that you have guys who are studying and ready when their number is called. And I think that's important. People don't give enough credit to the backups who are able to step up and go out there and perform. You don't see the drop-off. When you see second strings come in, they perform like starters.
You say that, but we've seen it tonight, right? So you talk about an all-pro in George Kittle. You talk about an all-pro in Brandon Ayuk. Juwan Jennings, the best 3rd down receiver in the NFL last season. Like, these are guys, right? And yet they lose Nick Bosa already this season. Fred Warner goes down in this game. We don't know yet, but it looks like it could be for the year. Can the 49ers survive an injury like Fred Warner?
I won't try to downplay the type of player Fred Warner is, because he's an essential ingredient. It's like trying to bake a cake without eggs. But is it possible? Yes. There are vegan options, and I think you just have to find another way to bake that cake.
He's such a leader as well in that locker room. At just 28, 29 years old, like, the way he pulls that team together. For me, not just a guy who's the best linebacker in the NFL, and like you played, obviously, you go through from like Patrick Willis and those guys, and then into Fred Warner. Like, they have been so blessed at that position.
Yeah.
I just wonder if there can still be a role for him. If he's not in the team, if he's not playing, if you still roll him out there, if you still make sure that he's leading that defense. So many young players on there that could do with Fred Warner in their corner.
Yeah, I'm really banking on Fred being okay. Hopefully it's not a serious injury, so I don't want to talk down like it's, until it's diagnosed, which it hasn't been, it's hard for me to speak on it right now, so I don't want to go down that lane. I'm just hopeful that he is healthy in the next weeks to come, and he'll be back, bounce back, and able to perform and help the team.
Let me ask you about one guy who has missed the last few games, but in Ricky Pearsall, emerged early this season as a number one guy. A phenomenal story, of course, but what a receiver, what a route runner, and a guy who just fights for every single ball.
Oh, man, he is awesome, man. I was so amazed at that one-hand catch that he had back in versus the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like he's a one-hand catch magnet. Like, he did it in college and then did it again here. Phenomenal story, triumphant, right? I'm looking forward to him being back, though. I'm looking forward to some of the other players getting healthy and be back. Kendrick Bourne, he's back on the team. He was my teammate. I'm glad to see him back out here thriving and doing his thing with his family, everything. I'm so happy for him.
Did you see what Kyle said about Kendrick?
No, I didn't say it. Enlighten me.
He said Kendrick was Jawan before Jawan was Jawan.
Absolutely. But, hey, no, it's only one Kendrick Bourne. He was born for this, literally. He was born to be a 49er. And I think that's why Kyle knows that. He brought him back for a reason, and he had a monster game last week, 10 catches for over 140 yards. You know, like, that's crazy.
We're going to call this play live. In the gun, Mac Jones. Christian McCaffrey splits out wide. He goes over the middle. Finds Kendrick Bourne. Down at the 3-yard line. Oh, he goes incomplete. It's going to be a 4th and 7. Settle for the field goal.
Yep, field goal. I would take the field goal right here if I were the coach. I'm not a head coach, but I'm taking these easy points in the red zone. I'm not troubling it because it's 4th and 7. We still got time in the game, so let's get the easy points while we can so we don't regret it later.
I want to finish off just by asking you about a man who hasn't been in the team in the last few weeks, but has got his big contract, has impressed so much over the last few years. What have you made of the ascension of Brock Purdy under Kyle Shanahan?
I love me some 1-3. I love Brock Purdy and everything he is. I love his image. I love his etiquette. I love everything about him, and I'm just happy for him. I just want him to get healthy. I want him to find a way to stay healthy and get healthy and stay healthy so he can be out there more and help the team. But obviously, Mac Jones, he's a guy too. He's one of the guys, and he can get the job done. It's 19-20 now.
The way that Brock throws with anticipation, and you're a receiver, and you know you're going on an in-breaker, you're going on the outside, you just know that when you put your foot in the ground and cut, that ball is going to be on your chest.
Hey, that's a testament to Kyle Shanahan and his coaching. I play with a lot of first-rounders who can't be a Brock Purdy because they weren't coached the same, you know what I'm saying, on different teams. So I believe that a lot of it relies on the scheme and the coaching.
I could sit here and chat to you all day, Marquise, but I'm aware that you've got to see the fans, you've got to enjoy the game, you've got to have some fun. We really appreciate you taking the time out to chat to us. Have an amazing night, and fingers crossed, 1-point game right now. The Niners come out with the win, Fred's all right, and then we'll be in Santa Clara come February.
We're going to be in Santa Clara, and I'm going to be there live at 5, baby.
Hey, we'll be calling the game. If you want to join us up in the booth, you'll be welcome, brother.
Hey, let's go. Thank you for the invite. I'm there.